and welcome to another episode of WITF Music live streaming. I'm Joe Ulrich. I produce the WITF Music series here at WITF, which, by the way, you can go to our website, witf.org/music. You can see all the other features that we've done. You can see past live streams there as well. And, of course, you can like and subscribe our YouTube channel for more updates on live streams. And today, we have something a little sweet to add to your lunchtime if you are eating lunch right now. We have Cumberland Honey. This is Grace Mahar, Steph Landis, and Virginia Maslin. Thanks for coming to be here this morning. How's everyone doing?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Great,
Thanks for
great.
having us today.
Well, let's jump into the first song. What's the first one you're going to play for us here?
The first one we're going to do is called River.
Awesome.
Take me down to the river and let me feel the sound of that sweet rippling water as my bare feet touch the ground. Take me down to the river and help me to let go of the pain and the sorrow that I know.
If you're just tuning in, we are with Cumberland Honey here at WITF Studio. I'm Joe Ulrich. I host the WITF Music series, and we have some comments that have come in on YouTube, and I'll get to those in a second. But I wanted to ask a little bit. So Cumberland Honey was a duo for a while. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And Grace, you joined in. When was that?
I'd say a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
I'm-
recent.
I'm so happy that I did.
Yeah. How did that come about? How did Virginia and Steph were playing together for quite a number of years there, handful of years?
Yeah, I would open up for them, and then they finally just made it official.
Yeah, we started to do shows with Grace where we would just have her open for us or maybe sit in on a couple. And but we met a long time ago at we were in the same musical circle, and we would go to shows and stuff, and we would run into Grace. And one time we saw Grace out, and she was like, I want to join your guys' band. And we were like, okay, sounds good.
But I planted the seed.
Yeah, the seed was planted.
You were
probably
stalking them. You were like,
maybe 3 years.
Excellent.
I imagined it for a long time. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I will join this band.
Yeah. That's exactly how it was.
I love it. So we had sent out some questions ahead of time, and I wanted to talk about a few of these. So Grace, we had asked about favorite foods as one question, and then as another question we asked about a favorite video game or board game. Tell me a little bit about your favorite game and also favorite food, because apparently they go together.
They do go together. I like all varieties of potatoes because they're just really good. And then you pair that with Crash Bandicoot, and it's an old PlayStation game.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun.
I remember I had Crash Bandicoot for I think Nintendo 64 maybe or something, or maybe was it only PlayStation?
I think it might have only been PlayStation, but they
Okay.
came out with a new one, and it's really good.
Oh, I was thinking Banjo-Kazooie. Never mind. I was getting them confused.
Or Donkey Kong.
Steph, Virginia, any video games or games for you?
Oh, man. I used to be pretty into, oh my gosh, what was that? Yoshi's Island. It was a game.
Yeah.
I really loved that. I haven't
That
thought
was
about
good.
that in years.
I'm going to say Legend of Zelda was probably my favorite.
Classic.
That kind of dates how old I am.
You
but
can't go wrong with that. Now the kids know what Zelda is still. They
Yeah.
may not have
Yeah.
played that original Nintendo one, but so the song you played, River, is that something that was kind of jointly written? Or is that one person's song? How does that work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steph wrote the lyrics, and I guess we kind of worked that one up similarly to how we worked up a lot of songs where Steph had the lyrics and had a kind of a vision and a melody in her head, and then we would just kind of arrange it together and figure out where we wanted the harmonies and how we wanted to start. And so I think we kind of arranged it together, but
Yeah.
Steph writes 99.9% of our
Okay.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Tuscarora on YouTube. Tuscarora21 says, watching on my lunch break outside. Thanks, Cumberland Honey and WITF. So
Thanks for watching.
got some people tuning in. Let's go to the next song. What are you going to do next year?
The next one is called Hurt This Much.
Great.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I stayed too long, I loved too strong, I put my heart out on the line, and when it all came crashing down on me, said that everything was fine.
I made it right when it was wrong. I left pieces of me behind, and when it all came around full circle, it was me I had to find. So I packed my bags and my guitar, said, darling, I've had enough, 'cause the love that's true shouldn't hurt this much. I looked ahead, it left me for dead. I tried to cover up the pain, and when I lost those silver linings, I went and stood out in the rain.
I paid the price for playing nice, wearing my heart out on my sleeve, and when I saw that face in the mirror, she told me it was time to leave. So I packed my bags and my guitar, said, darling, I've had enough, 'cause the love that's true shouldn't hurt this much. Guitar, said, darling, I've had enough, 'cause the love that's true shouldn't hurt this much. 'Cause the love that's true shouldn't hurt this much.
That's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah,
That's amazing. So I'm always a little curious about, I'm assuming you all probably started playing music, sometime in like teenage years or even younger than that, maybe? Is that about right?
I was like 21.
Oh, were you 21? Okay. That's still pretty young. Still pretty young.
I was 37 when I got the space.
Yeah.
But I've always, when I was little, I took piano lessons and I played the clarinet in school and stuff, and
Yeah.
always kind of dabbled around with the guitar. But it wasn't till fairly recently that I picked the bass up.
Yeah. I'm just curious, what are some things you've learned playing out, playing in a group? I'm sure when you start, maybe you have some kind of image in your head maybe about what it'll be like, or, but as you progress through playing, I'm sure there's little things you learn, like how to handle situations you have to handle, expectations, things like that. I mean, what are some things that you feel like you've learned since you started playing?
Oh, man. I think listening to other people and reading the room and reading who you're playing music with and reading an audience is definitely a learning thing. When I started playing music, it was like I was playing in my bedroom by myself all the time, which I think is how a lot of people start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but body language. And if something goes wrong, just realizing that it's not that serious.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and just to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's
a
kind
real
of a
thing.
good
Yeah.
life
people
lesson too. When you
aren't
mess up, just keep going.
as critical
Okay.
as you are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and everyone else thinks it's way better than you do.
Yeah,
I
they
think
don't
that's-
notice the mistake.
That's definitely the
That's
number
a
one
huge
lesson that
thing.
I've
I remember
learned.
when I was learning drums, my drum teacher would yell at me when I would mess up. When I would mess up and then stop, he's like, "No, you have to just keep going. You have to get used to that.
Yep.
It's sort of like time doesn't stop, and you just have to keep,
Yeah.
rolling with it."
I also learned to say thank you if someone compliments you, to say thank you instead of be like, oh no, I did this wrong and I did
Right,
that
yeah.
wrong.
Just to be great, like accepting the compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That can
That's-
be a weird thing.
It is, but it's like it's important because I don't think they'd say it if they didn't mean it, and if they did, then oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
It's true.
That'd be great if people are telling you for no they're just coming up for no reason, being like, that was great, and then they didn't think it was great. That would be like, they'd have their own issue then to deal with.
That's their thing.
Someone wants to know what your favorite ice cream flavors are on YouTube.
Oh. Well, mine is sunflower honey vanilla from Leo's Dairy in Carlisle. It's the best ice cream I've ever tasted in my life.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
Mine flip flops, just like all my favorite things. But right now, I'm very into peanut butter ripple. I also Leo's is where it's at for sure.
I'm a child. I like cookies and cream.
There's nothing childish about cookies and
It's
cream.
so good.
It is so good. I'm an ice cream fanatic myself, so that was a pertinent question for me. And just a reminder that if you're watching on our live stream, you can tune in, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe, follow all the videos that we do there. We also do monthly profiles on local musicians. You can go to WITF.org and check out all of the profiles that we do. You'll also see links to previous live streams that we've done here. So what's the next song that we're going to get into here?
This next one is a bit of a waltzy number. This one's called Soul to Call Home.
Cool.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
There's a ghost in my bed and it's fed by the words that you said. Now I'm lying awake and dreaming of my days with you. Won't you come take me away from these drawn out dreary old days? Would you play me a song on the guitar and croon while I swoon? There's a space in the place where your face on my pillow did grace. And it smells like your love and it feels like your warm embrace. I'm remembering just how it all felt, and I'm thinking of how your skin smelled, lying there in the morning in your arms. Oh, I know you're a traveler, I know you're a free bird, a mystic unraveler. You don't need the last word, you don't need no one, you just like to have fun. But your heart needs a soul to call home, and baby, I got one. There's a hole in my heart since we parted, the size of a dart. And it's just small enough to almost forget that it's there. Till I think of those words that you spoke, and your smile when you laughed at my jokes. And it still makes me smile just a little to think of it now. Oh, I know you're a traveler, I know you're a free bird, a mystic unraveler. You don't need the last word, you don't need no one, you just like to have fun. But your heart needs a soul to call home, and baby, I got one. You're as wild as a child who's been riled up and ready to run. And you're all that you need, but you don't want to die alone. So let me come sit by your fire while you tell me your heart's desires. 'Cause we both know together is better than being alone. Oh, I know you're a traveler, I know you're a free bird, a mystic unraveler. You don't need the last word, you don't need no one, you just like to have fun. But your heart needs a soul to call home, and baby, I got one. Yeah, your heart needs a soul to call home, and baby, I got one.
Oh, that is so cool. If you're just tuning in, we are here with Cumberland Honey in the WITF Music Studio. And if you have any questions or comments for the band, you can type them right in the YouTube chat if you're on YouTube, and we'll ask your questions. I mean, within reason, that is. We're not going to just ask any question. I'll be doing some moderating, so don't worry about that. What was the first concert you each went to? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh.
I think my first concert was Arlo Guthrie at Dickinson College.
Oh, wow.
That's the first one that I remember.
Mine wasn't cool. It was Aaron Carter. And we drove in a limo, and all these screaming girls thought we were Aaron Carter. And they were so disappointed when we came out. But
How did you get a limo ride to see Aaron Carter?
it was my dad. It was
Oh.
like a special girls
It
thing.
was a little treat. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I'm always interested in this sort of music we might find surprising that you like, given the music that you do. You know, are there any? So, are you still into Aaron Carter? Is Aaron Carter even still?
I don't know what happened, man. But I like death metal.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my favorite,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten into metal in the last year too. I like doom metal,
Okay.
and folk punk is a new love of mine also. But I'll listen to anything, really, yeah, pretty much anything.
Virginia, what was your first concert? I don't think we got to you. Do
Oh,
you
that's
remember?
okay. I honestly, I think I probably went to one way before this because my dad's a musician and grew up around music. But the one that I first remember is I went to see Tony Rice at the Forum when I was like 14 or 15. My dad and I went, and that was like, honestly, I think that marked like the beginning of me playing string music too. I just remember seeing Tony and being like, I want to do that.
Yeah. What was your favorite concert though? Like of all the concerts
Oh
you've
my
gone to, what
gosh.
was? Can you narrow it down to one that was like one of the best?
That's a really, really hard question that
Yeah.
I don't know if it can be answered accurately. But I was at Delfest this summer in Cumberland, Maryland, or I guess it was in the spring. And I got to see a band for the first time called Twisted Pine. And they are just amazing. And I had just one of those moments where I actually was moved to tears watching them play. And they have a flute player and they have a fiddle player, and they do kind of like duets together where they just like feed off of each other. And it was just really incredible. So I highly recommend checking out Twisted Pine.
Anybody else favorite concert?
Do you have one?
I can't think of anything. I enjoy almost every concert I go
know.
to.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. You had mentioned folk punk, Virginia, and you know, just that seems to be kind of a newer thing. I know we've had a folk punk band in here in the past, and I was totally unfamiliar with the genre. I mean, are there artists out there that you're listening to that are kind of representative of the style?
Yeah, I really like Apes the State. They're like based out of Lancaster, I
Yeah,
believe, and
yeah.
they're awesome. I actually just saw them a couple weeks ago, and they had a band called Pigeon Pit open for them, and it was actually just their one member, but I guess Pigeon Pit as a whole, like they have a full band, but they're from Washington, and I'm really into them lately. They're very, very good.
Yeah.
Um,
Once I started following, we've had Apes in the State in here before.
Yeah.
And once I started following them, that sort of opened me to
Mm-hmm.
the whole genre of folk punk, which really seems to take place a lot in like small clubs and backyards and
Yep.
house shows and stuff like that.
totally.
Yeah. How would you describe it?
Folk punk?
Yeah. I mean, it
Oh
seems
my
maybe
gosh.
kind of obvious,
like
but
very freeing. I find punk shows to be very freeing and liberating. Like yeah, just like let your freak flag fly. Like
Yeah.
it's just like, and yeah, it's just nice. Like everyone's like kind and themselves, and it's just nice. It makes me want to like write and
Yeah.
not really care too much about what other people think. So
Yeah,
it's great.
it seems like a really open and just caring, kind of loving
Yeah.
genre and crowd.
Yep, totally.
How about if there was one album that you could take with you on an island? You're going to be on an island for the rest of your life. What album or download or whatever you want to call it would you take with you?
Oh my gosh, this question always gets me so hard. Do you have one? You have
I
one?
think it fluctuates pretty much every day.
Yeah.
But I really resonate with Bella Fleck and the Flecktones, Left of Cool. That was definitely one. I think it was early 90s maybe. But there's just a wide variety of different styles on that album. And it just, there are a lot of great songs.
Yeah.
So I think that would be definitely on the list for me.
Yeah.
I know you say one, but I know I'm thinking of like 20 other ones.
Anyone else?
Do you have one, Grace?
Anything the Delmore brothers, their old country like tunes, and it kind of reminds me they harmonize together, and it reminds me of like a choo-choo train.
Yeah.
Because it's like woo woo, but they, you know, it's just really old school, and I love it, and they make me happy.
Yeah. How did you get into sort of like that style of music? Was this something you grew up listening to? Or?
No, my mom would show me every genre, but something about it, like that country twang, is what I really like. I don't know, I just started really loving it. I think it was the Carter family that did it to me.
Yeah. Anyone else favorite, Virginia?
Oh my gosh, I'm like racking my brain right now. I feel
it's okay
like
if you don't have one.
Oh no, that's okay. I feel like I'm a big fan of Sarah Jarosz. I feel like her music really speaks to me, and
Yeah.
her albums are great. I really like Undercurrent is a really good album. I always come back to that one as one of my favorites. It's like, yeah, I don't know, her music's
She's
great.
got a
I would-
voice that's incredible.
Yes,
She's, oh,
yeah,
Man.
and yeah, probably something of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have time for about one more song here. What's the last one that you're going to do for us?
This one's called No Good For Me.
Great.
The way you rest your head, the thoughts of doubt and dread. I am going further, take me to the sea. I wanna get away, you're no good for me. You're no good for me. The birds are talking to me. They say to travel far and see the mountains and the people, see the culture of the land. Make music, teach the children, run my feet through the sand. I'll run my feet through the sand. Ooh. says to listen to what I hear. I hear static and emotion, I rushing to and fro. It leaves me here wondering, where does this life go? Oh, where does my life go? Take me to the sea. Ooh, you're no good for me.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. That was great.
Grace wrote that one.
That's beautiful. I
Thank
love it.
you.
It has that kind of almost choo-choo vibe that you were talking about.
It like makes me want to cry when I sing it because I just like it. I don't know. It's so heartfelt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. I love that.
Thank you.
When we do the ooze, it feels like the swells of the ocean. Like when you're singing "Take Me to
Yeah.
the Sea," it just
Yeah.
makes me feel like we're like on a boat.
Yeah. So, do you all have any gigs coming up that we can promote? Gigs, shows?
We're playing tonight
Oh, there-
Tomorrow.
okay.
and tomorrow at the Grateful Get Down. It's a festival in Blaine, Pennsylvania.
Awesome. Great.
I think they still have some tickets at the gate if anyone doesn't know what to do with their weekend just yet,
Yeah, there's a lot of really great music going on this weekend.
for sure.
That's awesome. How often are you playing around right now?
Probably like twice a month at this right now.
Yeah.
Some months are busier than others. I think like August and September we have a couple things going on, but yeah, probably twice a month on average, I'd say.
Very
at the
cool.
moment.
And
Yeah.
how can people find you online?
We have a Instagram and a Facebook page. Our Instagram is Cumberland Honey PA, and then on Facebook we're just Cumberland Honey.
Great.
And yeah, give us a follow, drop us a like.
Awesome. Hey, well, thanks so much for coming in to do this today.
Yeah.
This has been really fun.
Thanks so much
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
It's
Yeah,
an honor.
thank you.
Yeah, and you can like and subscribe our YouTube channel for more updates on live streams and other videos. You can also go to witf.org/music. You'll see all of the features that we do there, and you'll see links to previous live streams that we've done as well. And that about does it for this episode of WITF Music Live with Cumberland Honey. I'm Joe Ulrich. Thanks for joining us today.